Hey, this is Big Girl Diary, and guess what? I got a good one for you today. I'm so silly. Oh my goodness. I did not think this would ever happen. And I remember when this happened. What had happened? Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton just, I have to say, it was a feud. It was a feud. Now, Kim Kardashian, you may know her as the fashion mogul or the person that is rich but has no talent. Okay, that's what people say. Okay, they say that. However, there is a beginning. Before Kim Kardashian was famous, she actually held a real job. Yes, she did. She held a real job. And it was through her friend, Paris Hilton, and they were friends in preschool all the way through until they got older and started having their own separate lives. But, I got to say, Paris Hilton can be a little catty, most definitely. Um, Kim Kardashian learned to be catty through Paris Hilton. Now, we have to keep in mind that before there was Kim Kardashian, the it girl was Paris Hilton. And she was running around saying, "Oh, this is hot, hot, hot." I remember that. Oh, man. And the first one that had a show was the Hiltons. The Hiltons had a show. And and Kim Kardashian got that idea from the Hiltons. How to be a Hilton. Are you Hilton material? And they had Kathy, what's her name? Kathy Hilton. And you actually had people going on to their show, Am I Hilton material? She's like, "Mm-mm, mm-mm." Like, oh, but okay, it gets good. Now, I got some things to show you. So you don't think I'm just making this stuff up. No, 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 no. Now, keep in mind the way Kim Kardashian looks now. She looks completely different. It seems like that when throughout the years, Kim Kardashian. Don't believe me? Take a look. Take a look. This is Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian when they were young. To the left is what they look like. To the right is what they look like now. Paris Hilton still looks the same. The one who looks different is Kim Kardashian. She is completely different. Completely different. And then you'll see that it looked like that Kim Kardashian was taking cues from Paris Hilton because she basically was the it girl and she gave off cues to where Kim can get a little spotlight and then come back. Paris Hilton gave some, but she was not going to outshine Paris Hilton. Yeah. But at some point, that happened. All right. Now, take a look at this. Now, this is the beginning. I got that out of order, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, here, look at Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian. Now, Kim Kardashian, I like the way she looks then because she's more natural. This is all this stuff. Now, as you can see, like here's the interesting part. Now, remember I talked about picking cues right there. Look at that. Paris Hilton is saying whatever, doing whatever, and there Kim Kardashian looking at her for cues like whatever. And then I'm going to and look here. And here is where Kim Kardashian's more start coming out on her own and not looking at her for cues. And here, this is recent. Now look, even though look at Kim, she's trying to get a little bit of something, a little bit of something. And Paris Hilton's like, Heifer, I still don't like you. I'm still mad at you. But here is what sparked this live stream, this right here. This sparked it. When I saw this, I said, ooh, Paris Hilton, is she going to come back and take what was hers? Take it back. She get ready to take it back. Kim Kardashian took it. Paris is going to take it back. Look at this. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. That is her. Now, one thing about Paris is she never changed her body to the point the way Kim did. Now, she's dressed in lace. She's dressed all in lace, but she doesn't do it the way Kim does. Kim puts, how can I say, she puts a, I don't want to say that, and I'm not trying to disparage Kim Kardashian in any way. Okay, I'll leave it as that. I'll leave it at that. Now, I want to show you something. Now, when Paris Hilton had her own show, she had two, her mom had a show, but Paris Hilton had a show called Living the Simple Life. And she had it with Nicole Richie. Nicole Richie is Lionel Richie's daughter. There's a whole backdrop behind that. I'm not going to get into it. But they had to go around and they weren't given any money. They had to go around and find ways to make money because they never really had to do anything. Now, Paris, you could call her stupid or whatever. She's like, well, it's true. But Nicole Richie, she will punch you right in your face. Oh my goodness. I think they were out there in Kansas. This was back in what, the early 2000s? They were out there in Kansas or Kentucky, one of those places in the Midwest. And the farmer and the farmer's son was talking. And Paris Hilton said something that was like way over there someplace. And the farmer's son was like, you are stupid. You're stupid. And then Nicole Richie was like, oh, I know you're not calling me stupid. She said, because I'll punch somebody in their face once and I'll do it again. You better not call me stupid. And next thing you know, she said, excuse me. She said, call me stupid again. He said, stupid. And she went, I remember that show. Just the fact that I watched it. Now I'm telling everybody I watched it. But okay, here's it's about 30 seconds long. Now you're going to see a Kim Kardashian doing her job because she worked for Paris Hilton. She was her closet person. She would pick out, watch it. You'll see. Oh, let me do a disclaimer. Fair use. I don't want any strikes. Fair use. The copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allows me to use this for purposes of criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, and scholarship and research. And we're doing all of those today. All right. Now here, take a look at this.
I love this closet. It's so good. What's going on with it? That is if I ever go to India outfit. Really? Yes. Are you planning on going? Yes. But don't you have to like cover up everything? You're not allowed to show any of your hair. You would have to like your hair. It's like a law. Are you allowed to have blonde hair? Even if you travel there, you really have to do this? I think so. Or you'll get like shot or something. That's hot.
Now, that was when Paris Hilton was going over someplace over into the Middle East someplace. And Kim Kardashian, she's Armenian. Now, which I'm not quite sure is if she is on the side of Russia or on the side of Iran, because Armenia goes in between those two countries. You get a little bit of history here. So I'm not quite sure whether if she's Russian or whether she's Arab. I'm not quite sure. But so that was her job. She was there. She was clothing, putting Paris Hilton's clothes together, and that was one part of her job. And then when Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie had that big blow up, then Nicole Richie went her way, and then she sort of brought Kim Kardashian and gave her more light within the spotlight. And that's where you see her in, let me see, where was that outfit at? Right here. This is one of the outfits they put together. I can't remember where they were at, but yeah. But they were really good friends. But like I said earlier, Paris Hilton, she shot the first shot that made them frenemies. But recently in 2019, they started to become friends again. Kim Kardashian sort of cooled off and, accepted her friendship, not to where it used to be, because again, like I said, Paris Hilton is catty and she's not going to share the spotlight. Now, I have a feeling that she's going to take it back, just my belief, because I remember watching this foolishness. Oh, before I do that, let me show you this right here. Again, I got to do this separately because I've been getting little strikes. I'm like, come on, you saw the fair use thing. Again, another one. Fair use, a copyright disclaimer under Section 107, the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance made for fair use of purposes such as criticisms, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. And I'm doing all of those things. All right. Now, this one's rather interesting because you're going to hear Kim Kardashian. This is back in what, 2005? Because at this time, Paris Hilton went to jail. Yes, Paris Hilton went to jail. Oh my goodness, that I'm not laughing at that. No, no, no. Going to jail is horrible. But here, that Britney Spears one, oh man. Kim Kardashian did her dirty. Oh my goodness. But that right there, I did a previous video on that. Because Britney Spears is suing Kim Kardashian. A lot. Okay, I'm going to be quiet about that. But now this is how the feud started, and it was a progression. But what Paris did, she just went in on Kim. She did, and let me see. By Paris living in a bubble, she has a tendency to rub people the wrong way from what is written about her. She rubs people the wrong way and just doesn't understand up here that 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 her behavior and the things that she says has consequences. And by her always being around yes people, that's what you get. Let me see, where do I have it? Let me see, right here. Let me see. Yeah, right here. However, I can't see this though. The friendship between Kim and Paris. Let me see. It's about getting a little bit more intense. 2006 onwards. But let me just get straight to it. This is what Paris said. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. This is what she said. In 2008 was when it started. It started the turning point with Kim and Kardashian, Kim and Paris's friendship. Um, And it all started because a radio interview Hilton gave back in April 2008. Paris started that Kim's butt looked like cottage cheese stuffed in trash bags. Oh my goodness, that was so awful. And Paris never apologized publicly. She never apologized. And it was like, next thing you know, people were looking at Kim like, oh, your butt looks like cottage cheese and trash bags. I mean, it was just awful. And then Kim started working on herself, getting a little surgery here and there. And next thing you know, she had her Met tape and then took the spotlight from Paris Hilton. Her fame started to dwindle, and then Kim Kardashian started to go up. And then no matter what Paris Hilton tried to do, she had a hard time coming back in to the spotlight. And by that time, everything was Kim Kardashian. So Paris Hilton had to go out of the country. I mean, she had to go down in Peru. She opened up a store down there, and then she fell into, I don't know what type of vice she had. I don't know whether it was alcohol or pills. It was something, but she just went downhill and then eventually got her life together. But that was the big time feud. And it wasn't until recently uh, when Paris Hilton had her child, and she had it in vitro, and Kim Kardashian reached out to her. Now, I still believe that Paris Hilton came back into the spotlight more so now than she did then 3 years ago. More so now because Kim Kardashian, she's starting to crumble. Her fame is starting to come down because whenever you go up, it does come down. It peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. But Kim Kardashian has such a long stint of being high. She's getting ready to. She's falling, and she's trying her very best to hold on. Now, this is the interesting part. Kim had a store called Dash. I don't know if you heard her say that in that interview with that magazine. She had her own clothing store called Dash. Now, what's so interesting is if you look at the fashion that she has now, it's no good. Kanye, that has an eye for that, built Kim up. He really did. He really did. But just so, let me see. I thought I did a. Wait a minute. I thought I put a survey out. Let me see. Yeah. Hold on for a sec. Forgive me. I should have had this up and organized. Here, I turn this off so it doesn't blast your ears. All right, yeah. Okay, I'm going to close out the voting. So, do you think Paris Hilton deserves to pay Kim Kardashian back for using her and kicking her while she at her lowest point? And the poll says yes, 100% agree with that poll. Because she really did. Kim Kardashian, from what I remember, um, Paris Hilton, she just starts struggling. Whatever she was addicted to overcame her. And Kim Kardashian, yeah, she did kick her when she was down, when she was in jail. If you look at it, saying, oh yeah, yeah, I did reach out to her while she was in jail, and if you saw that little smirk, mm, that was that get back. But it's really something. So I think now that Kim Kardashian is losing a lot. Oh man. Now, Kim Kardashian's fall is going to be so hard because of this. If you remember when Kim was saying that Kanye was crazy and he was controlling and he didn't let her do anything, this, that, and the other. And the only thing that Kanye was saying was, I don't want my children on social media. Now, keep in mind, Chris monetized all her children, but except for Rob. Poor thing. Rob, that poor thing. Rob and Kendall. Kendall really stays out of limelight. But now what Kim is doing is she's putting her children into the limelight because she's losing star power. And now that she's losing star power, now she's starting to push her daughter. What was it, North? She started to push North out there to start monetizing her. And Kanye's like, no, stop, just stop. Now, having said that, when she divorced and left Kanye, she goes off with what's his name, Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson only did to Kim what Kim did to Paris, but Paris did deserve a little, but not like that. Pete used Kim to get up with to get her status. I mean, to get her status, which she did. He's there talking to Orlando. What's his name? Orlando Bloom, and starring in movies, and he's doing this all this other stuff through Kim Kardashian. Now Kanye's like, okay, fine. Kanye gets married, and all of a sudden Kim is like, now here's the interesting part. You know what Kim looked like before. How you doing, Laurie? I'm sorry. What did Paris do? Oh my goodness. What she now she wasn't in jail. No. She spent 1 hour in a they had detained her for 1 hour. The judge said you have to stay 1 hour in a detainer, and she cried all the way through. And what she did, I'm trying to remember. I think she was matter of fact, I don't want to think. Let me look it up. I believe it was okay, Paris. What jailed? What did she? Oh wow, okay, my bad. 45 days. I'm sorry. She spent 45 days. What was I talking about? An hour. The socialite Paris Hilton was sentenced 45 days in jail for violating probation from her previous traffic offense. Hilton was arrested on September 26, 2006, and charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. As a result, she had her driver's license suspended in 2006. So I knew it was some type of something. I wasn't quite sure if it was alcohol or something else, but she did have a serious problem. And for some reason, I remember an hour, but it was 45 days, and it straightened her out. It really, really did. And she started doing something other. She started doing things differently. And I think at that time she got married, or was that Nicole? Because Nicole, Richie, completely different story. But yeah, I really think that Paris Hilton is coming back to get a little bit of get back. Yeah, yeah, I do remember that too. You do remember hearing when she went to jail and she didn't go, or she wouldn't go to the bathroom for fear of someone taking a picture. Yeah, Yeah, they were doing some wild stuff, but I don't think anyone would go into the jail and take a picture of her going to the bathroom. That would be the person who did that wouldn't even be able to explain it. And no matter what money they got from that picture, would not cover what the Hilton family would do to that person. So yeah, it was really something. But I truly believe you're going to see more of Paris Hilton and getting back into where she was. She's in a better, healthier state. Yeah. Yeah, Laurie, she is going to most definitely because Kim, in my opinion, this is simply my opinion, Kim has done too many things to people to stay on top, to get the attention, to get the clicks. Just look at what she did to Ray J over that Mex tape. I did a video on that, and I didn't do any follow-ups, but she really she kept his name in her mouth. She just kept on and on to keep that brand going. Now, keeping up with the Kardashians is done. Now they're trying to rebrand it and do something different, and it's not working. And especially with that Balenciaga. Oh man, she held on to Balenciaga even when they had that child situation. And I can't even say it because I got a strike on it. Really, YouTube? Really? Who are you protecting? Okay, I'm not gonna get angry. So do it. I'm not gonna do it. But she was holding on to Balenciaga and Adidas, and when Kanye came out saying, "Hey," she sided with Balenciaga and let Kanye out to dry. Now Kanye is starting to rebrand and regroup since Kim kicked him to the curb and then just left him out there to dry like she did everyone else. He got married to what's her name? Sierra. Um, I can't remember her name, but she actually had a real job. And she was what is it called? What's it called? A landscaping designer, something along those lines, to where she would create whatever Kanye wanted. And now people are trying to say that say that this woman is starting trying to look like Kim Kardashian. No, Kim Kardashian, that's not even her face. That's some. Stop. Mm-mm-mm. She looks very different, very different. But one thing I'm waiting on is for this lawsuit between Britney Spears and Kim Kardashian. That you're going to see some really interesting things because Kim, she got sued by her landscapers, the one guy, a young 16-year-old boy working, and she wouldn't even let him have a break to drink water. He passes out of heat exhaustion. And she's like, I'm not paying you. Wow, that's ugly. That's ugly, ugly, ugly. But yeah, I just wanted to put this out there because I see Paris Hilton making a comeback and how Kim Kardashian goes out there with next to nothing on, and her body is so to me she looks automated, like arm attached, legs attached. She just looks like someone just put her together. She doesn't look natural to me. She has too many implants, butt implants, cheek implants, hair implants, probably nail implants, just too artificial. But Paris is getting ready to bring back what is natural and classic, I have to say. Classic. Now, she may be catty, she may be those things, but she is classic. Oh, you say no, not anymore. Oh, you mean I was gonna say Evan Rachel Wood, Paris Hilton, or oh my goodness, or Kim Kardashian. Yeah, yeah, Kim does look fake. Yes, she does. And look at this. Go back to looking at even in the picture. Uh, I'll look. Oh, not there. But okay, even here, Paris Hilton still looks natural. Kim Kardashian looks like somebody just slapped her chin on and just took the fat out of her cheeks. She just doesn't look. And look at her here. This is what she looked like. She looked natural. She looked beautiful. She looks totally fake. You're right, totally fake. Let me see. I know a Vespa dealer who sold a bunch of Vespas. Okay, wait, you're going too fast. Oh, to Kim Kardashian many years ago, and she wanted to gift everyone in the family. Interesting. Let me see. When he delivered the spas, he said Kim was younger and she was cute and natural. Yep. Oh, it's not a spa. This was not a spa. Okay. Yeah, because she was really natural looking, and just by the way she naturally looked, she just the way she's supposed to look, like part Kim and part Robert. And not to say Robert was handsome, and that's who she looked like. Now this she has like a small jawline, and it just doesn't look natural. This looks, I don't know. I don't know, but I just think Paris Hilton's coming back, and she's going to bring natural back, and all that surgical implants that needs to go, and just be happy with who you are and what God made you to be. Your parents, your mother and father, they came together to make you, so be happy with it. Yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. This is going to be quite interesting. I think 2023 is going to be very, very interesting because a lot of the people that were bringing all this crazy and wild stuff, they're doing away with it. I just see it coming. I just see it coming. All righty. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Almost 40 minutes, and I just wanted to get that out. But does anyone you want to call in, or you have anything that you want to say about Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton? Because Paris Hilton, the poll states she is going to take over and not so much get not so much get Kim Kardashian kick her when she's down, because Kim, she kicked herself while she was down. I mean, just doing that wild stuff, all that little extra stuff. So if you want to call in, here is the number. If you want to call in, let me make sure I have my phone on. Oh, please be on. Oh, yeah. If you want to call in, please let me know. Oh, okay. Oh, I hope you feel better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Laura, you're not feeling better, but I do thank you so much. I do. I thank you. Yeah, it was a long story, and it's just very okay. I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh no. I am sorry. Oh man, a dog bite? Ouch. Oh, look, speaking of a dog bite, some years ago, I went back home. I'm from the mountains. And my mom's friend had this pit bull, and okay, wait a minute, I'm not gonna laugh, but the pit bull, he said, had mental issues. I'm like, a dog having mental issues? The dog spends all its time sniffing itself in the butt. You know, that right there is enough to have mental issues. Okay, fine. But so he was bringing the dog out, and there was these boys walking up the street, and they're like, "Oh, look at the pit bull," and I'm like, "Do not, just stay calm and walk." The dog came out. One of the boys screamed. The dog, I guess the dog thought it was me, and then the dog bites me in the bread basket. Luckily, I had on very thick corduroy pants, and the pit bull came up and nipped me in the backside. And the dog looked at me, and I'm screaming at the dog. I'm like getting very angry because I'm like, you bit me, and you didn't even buy me a steak dinner, really? So the dog is sitting there like, she's not scared. No, I'm not scared. No, I'm a mountain girl through and through. We throw down, right? So luckily, I go to the hospital, and by me being a big woman, I'm like, please don't let me have to get all these rabies shots. And it was just a little nip because my pants were so thick. Yeah, yeah, a bite in the backside without a steak dinner. Yeah, it was a male dog. You bite me back, and you don't buy me no steak dinner. So luckily, the dog nipped the pants, just put like little holes in the pants and just scraped, had a small little scrape. Now, the doctor said that luckily that it wasn't deep, because then I would have had to get six reoccurring shots of what do you call it? Rabies shots. Now, here's the scary part. It goes according to your weight. I'm a big girl. You're gonna probably take all the needles. Oh man, you would have been shooting me in the backside all day long. And then I said, well, okay, well, I'm getting ready to go back down south. Can I have the doctor do it there? They said, no, you're going to have to come up every week for 6 weeks until you have all. I'm like, that's outrageous. I'm going to have to stop and come back up here every week. And I can't come back up here on a Saturday or a Sunday. I have to come back up here on a work day. But luckily, it was a little scrape. But I am sorry you went through that. Oh, man. And no steak dinner. But the interesting part, because he said the dog had mental problems. So my mom is sitting there. The dog didn't bother my mother at all. It just, that dog and I, we were like this, having like, you get this right. We were having a stare down. Josie Wales. I don't know if you know who he is. Josie Wales. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I can't get the sound right. And we're looking at each other. I'm looking at the dog. The dog's looking at me. I'm looking at the dog, and the dog's head is like this. So I turned my head like this, and the dog just sat there. I'm like, I want you to come. I'm so silly. Let me see. You said my dog, he had only reached that way because he was injured. Oh, and I didn't know. Okay, I am so sorry. Always lashed out in pain. No, but this dog had mental health issues. The dog that bit me. When I go back home, it's that dog and I. Yeah, yeah. The sad part about it is that like when dogs do get hurt, it's kind of hard for them to be able to distinguish. I'm not no dog psychologist. Let me just stop it. But I'm glad you're feeling better, and I'm glad that your dog is okay. Yeah. I had to report my mom's friend's dog because he got that dog from somebody else, and the person said that the dog had mental problems. I think the person that previously had the dog abused the dog. That's what I think. I don't know how true I don't know. But on that note, I am going to go ahead and close this out early because I am working on some other things. Um, Andrew Tate, a Romanian prosecutor, came out and said that she believed that someone was trying to shut Andrew Tate up. Interesting, because everything what they had was not even enough for them to keep him in jail. There was no evidence at all. And even the girl came out and said that she told them she never reported anything. So I'm looking into that. That is a little bit not a little bit, very interesting because the Romanian authorities seized several of his cars, sold them to prosecute him on his property. He's getting ready to own the Romanian country. Oh yeah. Let me see, they took how many? They sold a couple of his Lamborghinis, a Bugatti, I think one Bugatti. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, I'm glad I uplifted your spirits. Thank you so much. Thank you. How's it like this? Many hearts. Thank you so much. Okay, enough of me rambling. On that note, I want to thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. And I hope you feel better. And all of you around the world. Oh, and down there in New Zealand, you have my prayers. Oh man, the Prime Minister. Oh my goodness. I hope it all gets settled. And I'm gonna cover that at some point on Politics with Laura. On that note, I want to thank you again for stopping by. Bye bye.